Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota in Nashville. Coming to you guys to actually answer a couple questions that are valid and that I'm getting a lot. So, um, when I'm making this video, it's currently end of October, so coming into November. A lot of times, this is when you see the end of the year sales. You see the blowouts. You see the special financing rates. You see all this stuff that's always all over your TV screen, and the Toyotathon, always winter to remembers, or whatever they call these things for all of the different manufacturers. I think Honda has Honda Days or whatever. So you see all these things that you're usually the ads that are on your TV screen about all of the vehicles. So I've had a few people ask me and say, well, should I wait for the end of the year sale in order to buy a car? Guys, I'm where all of our new cars normally are. We've got a lot that's over here, that's on the backside over here. Where employees are parking over there, right? All these are used cars, with the exception of that black truck right there, which is a Tacoma, which is the only new Tacoma that I have. Actually, there's two now, so there's a white one over here too. I got two new Tacomas, right? Those 4Runners over there are used. This is where all the new cars all of the new cars that are landing are pre-sold. So I'm gonna come to you guys as straight as I normally do, and that's just kind of the way that I am, and you guys know how I talk to you. All of these, behind these cars over here should be rows of new cars. There's a back circle over there, rows of new cars. There's normally a center area right over here, which would have rows of new cars. So there's no cars, guys. So everything that's coming in is pre-sold. We're actually getting more cars than what we have been coming in now. Problem is when you get 300 cars in, you're selling 320. Because you're selling another 20, 30, 40 that aren't here yet, that aren't built yet, that everything that lands is having a name on it. Now, if you're trying to order one, if you're trying to get your name on one, all of that, it can be done. You can get a vehicle. Right now, what's happening at a lot of dealerships is that you actually have markups over MSRP on every vehicle. So I've seen, I just saw one that was 100,000 over sticker, which would, it was on one of the premium brands, but man, it's a crazy time, guys. But just on Toyotas, I've heard of, upwards of 20,000 over MSRP. That stuff's happening, guys. So when you're asking, should I wait for the end of the year sale? I'm going to shoot you as straight as I can and as straight as an arrow. There's really not going to be an end of the year sale. And you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of the end of the year sale? So once you actually answer this question, you'll be able to actually answer it yourself. So the purpose of the end of the year sale is to get rid of excess inventory. So that's usually what they do. So at the end of 2019, they have a blast of the sale, and you get rid of all the rest of your 2019s because you're into 2020 and you want to do that. 2021 isn't going to be that way, and 2022 isn't going to be that way, because there is not going to be any excess inventory to discard. There's nothing that's going to be that last oddball color with oddball equipment that somebody said, I ain't buying that one unless I get a massive discount. Because it doesn't matter what it is right now, guys. People are buying everything. So if there's one out there and it's not quite the right interior, if it's not quite the right exterior, rather than waiting for that discount, people are just buying it. And like I said, I'm going to shoot you as straight as I always do, and I know you guys appreciate that. At least the majority of you seem to. So you're not going to get this big discount. Might you find a discount? I'm never going to say never. If you're looking at the right car, and it's a used car probably, and the dealership's in it right, and they've got it marked at a spot where they can actually take some off of it and earn your business, I'm sure they would. Who knows? But right now, auctions dude, they're through the roof. People are paying over retail for 2 and 3 year old cars just to try to get them. I mean, it doesn't make any sense what's going on, a lot of this stuff, but it's happening. So like I said, kind of getting back to the question is, can I get a discount? That's the number one thing people are asking. And should I wait for the end of the year sale? Easy answer on both. End of the year sale, don't see it happening for really any manufacturer. I mean, everybody's short on cars. Chip shortage, supply shortages, none of that's going to be fixed by the end of the year, guys. So none of that is going to affect your price. So I guess the next question, what should I do? What's the thing I should do if I need a car? Kind of the answer. So there is a good answer to that. So number one is consider a bridge vehicle, which I did a video on what a bridge vehicle is, but that's kind of a vehicle to get you from here to there, right? It's a bridge. But I did a video on that explaining what that is. Wait, hopefully, halfway through next year, supply chain will kind of fix itself. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns. I mean, it might be worse. It might be harder to get a vehicle in 6 months. Nobody knows. If you can buy yourself some time and you can wait, that might be the best way to go. Find a used car that does everything that you want it, right color, whatever. Maybe it's got 10, 12, 15,000 miles on it. Maybe it's everything you want, it's just not brand new. Do that. Expand your horizons. Instead of saying I'm only interested in this one color, expand your horizons. Maybe you got a couple other colors that you could be interested in. I mean, there's just, there are some people out there, and you guys know who you are, who say, I'm never buying a car unless I get a discount. You're waiting. I mean, I'm being as blunt as I need to be, like I normally am. You guys are waiting for a car. If you're waiting for a discount, prepare to wait probably 2 years. Hopefully it's 1, but prepare to wait up to 2 years for your next car. If you're currently in a lease, consider buying it out. You're going to get a better deal on that vehicle than what you can replace it for. There's just, I mean, I don't see a whole lot of change. So the other question is, okay, well, the used car market's high right now, so why would I buy a used car? Easy answer to that is because that's all that you can get. I mean, if you can wait for a few months and get a new car. New cars are coming in. Like I said, every manufacturer has new cars that are being built, being shipped. 100%. That's right. They are not producing as many. I mean, I know Toyota the last 2 months have produced 40% less than what they wanted. That's 40%. I heard a number recently that there were 10 million cars that have not been built that should have been built. So consider this. So if you look, like say you buy that bridge vehicle looking forward, the used car market's gonna stay high. The new car market's gonna stay high until they can get some inventory. Also saw a statistic that I'm gonna mention again, and I've mentioned on other videos, that if everything was fixed today, it would still take them a year to have a 60-day supply on the ground, which is realistically a minimum supply that the manufacturers like to have on the ground at every dealership. Somewhere between 60 and 90 days. If it takes a year to get there, and it's going to take a year to have a 90-day supply, there's no reason to discount a car in any type of a substantial form between now and the amount of time that it takes you to have that 60-day inventory. Now, if they see themselves at a 45-day inventory and they can see that they're going to be at 60 soon, yeah, it might not have to be on the ground before they actually would start to do something. But I mean, and maybe some of the financial arms might do something because obviously they're trying to get as much business as they can. But so you could have some specials on interest rates, but realistically seeing something like 0% from a premium dealer is probably not going to happen. Seeing those low rates, you can find some of the low rates, of course, but and realize that there are cars available, but waiting for the end of the year before you decide to pull the trigger because you think there's going to be some phantom discount, or sending in stuff to a dealership and saying how much off of sticker price am I getting, number one is either you're not getting a response, or you're getting a response that says how much over sticker they're charging. There's not going to be a response where they're going to give you a discount. Demo cars, a lot of times you could get a discount because the car's got 6,000 and 7,000 miles on it. They're not discounting demo cars that have miles on them that are still new. They're not discounting those cars, guys. So where's your discount? There's not a discount that is to be had on anything right now. Now you can find some discounts on used cars, like I said, but the issue you'll run into is, okay, so I, charge $100,000 for a used Corolla, and I give you a, half price discount, charge $50,000. Technically, you can call that a discount, but doesn't mean that you paid a good price. No, it doesn't. So, realistically speaking, can you get a discount on a used car? Yeah. It depends on where you start from, whether or not that's even a good deal. So, if it's a good deal, it's a good deal. If it's not, it's not. But you guys I'm just trying to shoot you straight. Like I said, I'm trying to give you some information. You're not going to find a great deal on almost anything. But here's the best part about it, and consider this: when you do buy something, the chances are that it's not going to drop in value like what it happened in the past. There's not going to be massive rebates that end up causing your car to drop in value anytime soon. There's not going to be a big slump in the market going forward. I just don't think there is. Now, I am going to throw one other thing out there. Let's say that you've got 3 cars in your driveway and you drive 2 of them and you don't really drive the third one. If that third one is a later model car, maybe it's like a 16 Corolla, a 14 RAV4, maybe it's something like those, or a Chevy Traverse, or one of those things. If it's a car that you can part with that has value, meaning that a dealership could sell it, bring it into a dealership. Or obviously you can sell it on your own too, but I always suggest bring it to the dealership because it saves a lot of hassle. But man, call a dealership if you want to, or bring it in. Let them look at it. Most dealerships will buy those cars from you, and you're getting top dollar right now. So if that's a possibility that you have the ability to do, and you've got an extra vehicle, man, take it to a dealership. You're never going to get more money for it than what you're probably going to get right now, just based off of what the used car prices are. So that's a couple things there. So kind of a little bit of a review. You're not going to get a discount. End of the year stuff is, they're going to still advertise. Don't get me wrong. Every manufacturer is still going to advertise because they will. But are you going to see $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 discounts on anything? No. Are you going to see $500 discounts? Maybe. It's not going to be massive. It's going to be hundreds, not thousands. It's just realistic. It's just being realistic. If you do see anything at all, and then here's the other thing, is if you do see that $500 rebate, chances are the dealership you're buying it from is going to charge you $2,000 over sticker, and so after you get that rebate, you're only $1,500 over sticker, or you're only but it's not going to be what you consider a normal end of the year sale for automobiles. It's just not. It can't be. So so that being said, you kind of understand, I'm sure, where we're coming from. So buy a used car, buy a bridge car, do something that makes sense for you. Wait if you can. Sell your old car if you've got a car that's extra. Sell it. I'm sure somebody out there would want it, and that dealership is going to be happy to buy that from you. I mean, now there's a couple caveats. That thing's been wrecked on every corner, and you got a vehicle exploded on your Carfax or something like that. And, that dealership's probably not going to want that car if it's all moldy inside. Obviously, what would you want to buy? Obviously, think about that. But if it's a good looking late model car, chances are a dealership making an offer on it is probably going to be a pretty good one. So definitely take my advice on that if you want to. It's all my opinion, all my advice, of course, but it's just what I'm seeing and what I think is going to happen. I don't see big discounts coming up. Do see used cars being a little bit more available, but the prices are up there. So just like I said, if you go to a dealership, pack your patience. Realize you're going to have a little bit higher of a price than what you might have thought. Realize that if you go in there with the thought that you're going to negotiate a percentage off or something like that, it's probably not going to happen, guys. And I don't care where in the country you're at. Don't know about overseas. I know a lot of you guys are, my subscribers from overseas. I don't know what those are going to be doing, but I know here in the States, I've talked to a lot of salespeople all around the country. People talk to me a lot, and I appreciate all your guys' opinions too. When you guys sell, definitely comment below if you guys are salespeople and as to what you're seeing. But I just don't see big discounts coming at the end of the year. I just don't. So hopefully it helped you guys. Definitely like, subscribe. Appreciate every one of you guys, and definitely let us know if we can help you. Always reach out to me. You can always email me at buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. Buyatoyotanashville@yahoo.com. Steve Welch, Beaman Toyota, beautiful Nashville, Tennessee. I hope you guys have a great one. Talk to you later.